Hi all, I wanted to make a quick video on a page setup that I use on a day-to-day basis to watch the indices on screen, based on which I take my options trade. All right. So before I begin, I would request you to read the disclaimer that you see on the screen and in the description below, and know that this is an educational channel. With that said, let's proceed. So let's go straight to the page. This is how my page looks. On the left hand side you have Nifty 50 futures, on the right hand side you have Bank Nifty futures. I use the setup exactly the way you're seeing it on the screen, so it's always it's always showing me two indices, Nifty, Bank Nifty together, and then Mid Cap Nifty and Fin Nifty together. Apart from that, I use it for natural gas and crude, as well as gold and silver. The only difference is the Nifty, Bank Nifty, Mid Cap and Fin Nifty are on 5 minutes time frame, and commodity, which is crude, natural gas, gold and silver, I use the same settings on the 15-minute time frames. That's the only difference. All right, so let's dive down into what are the indicators used and how they are being used. Let's straight go into it. I'll just explain this to you. If I explain one side of the page, it is applicable to everything. I mean, it's just, if I just right click this and apply the setting to the entire layout, that's what's basically happening. All right, so if I explain this one page to you, you'll be able to understand the whole thing. Yeah, so let's start. The first indicator is OSGFC. About the script, it is one-sided Gaussian filter. It looks and gives out a lot of information. We use mostly we are using it only for the trend line. So this is my setting. To the best of my knowledge, I'm using it on the default setting, but I don't remember because I've been using this indicator for a couple of weeks. So these are my settings. You can pause the page over here and check whether your settings are the same. I think these are the default settings, but I'm not too sure. So just pause the page and check with yourself as well when you use the indicator. All right, these are the settings that I use. Okay, and we'll go to the style section. For me, the style section, everything is unchecked apart from the GMA, which is actually the trend line going. It's over here. When it's red, it's red. When it's green, it's green. All right, the main line that you see going across the bars is the GMA. All right, there is another indicator that I'm also using in the same setup, which is CM EMA trend bars, and I'm only using the bar colors over here. Now I could have used the bar colors from this itself, because this also has a feature of bar colors. Just because I can use bar colors from CM EMA trend bars, I'm using it. If I click on this, you'll see that there is hardly any difference coming on the screen. That means they are almost identical, but over time I've realized they're almost identical, not identical. All right, that's why I prefer using the bar colors from CM EMA trend bars, and for the trend line I prefer using OSGFC. All right, so I'll uncheck this. So that was my setting for OSGFC. The next is SRV2. Just these are my settings on the style section. Only the labels is unchecked. All right, and these are my inputs. I think I've made a change. This pivot period is basically, I think by default it comes at 20. I have made it 5, and I think I've changed these two colors as well. Apart from that, I don't remember making any other changes. So just pause the page over here and copy the settings the way you see it. All right, so this is the input page, and this is the style page. I have unticked the labels. If you click on the labels, it basically shows you the label value on over the line. It just takes up a lot of space. I don't like the way it looks with that. If you look at my inputs, basically support line is shown by white dashed line, and resistance is shown by this pink line. All right, so wherever you see a white line, that's basically a support. Pink line is the resistance. All right, these are the settings. Copy it. Next is CM EMA trend bars. I think I'm using the default setting of 34. And again, I've unticked everything from CM EMA trend bars. I'm only using bar colors. That's it. The bar coloring that you see is from CM EMA trend bars. All right. VWAP is normal VWAP. The only change I have made is I've made the VWAP white and I've saved this as my default. The settings are default settings. I don't recall making any changes. However, you can pause and check. I think I'm on the default settings on VWAP. The only thing I've made is I've made the VWAP line white and the thickness is the number 1 slot. And here I have unticked everything. So that's my VWAP setting and I've saved that as default. So this line that you see going across is the VWAP line. All right. It gives you a good reference point. VWAP, it is safe to assume that if it goes above the VWAP, it's good buying possibility. And if it goes below the VWAP, then it's a good selling opportunity on a general note. So I keep VWAP on my charts because it kind of gives you a reference. All right. The next indicator is purple cloud. I've made a video or a couple of videos on purple cloud. I'm very fond of this indicator. All the indicators that I've used in the past, which gives buy and sell signals, I find this to be one of the most accurate. All right, on the style section, these are my settings. Just copy it the way it is. I've unticked the bar, and even though this EMA 250 and 20 are ticked over here, I'm actually not using it. Labels and values are unticked. Pause the page and copy it, the settings the way you see it. On the next page, as you can see that 250 EMA and then 20 EMA, I've unticked them over here so it does not show up. Even though it's ticked on the next page, because it's unticked over here, it does not show up. These are my settings. These are not the default settings. So I would want you to pause the video over here and copy the purple cloud setting. This settings works best for me. I hope it does for you too. Paper trade and try it out. All right. So super trend ATR length for me is 10, super trend factor is 3, period is 21, alpha is 0.3, buying pressure threshold is 0.1 and selling pressure threshold is 0.1, and wait for time frame closes at the bottom is ticked. That's it. This is my input section. This is my style section, and with that, purple cloud settings are over. Next is the adaptive trend finder. To the best of my knowledge, I'm using it on the default settings. However, you can pause the video over here and check with yourself as well. I think this, I've made some changes over here. This transparency, I think I've either decreased or increased the transparency because these two lines by default are not so prominent when they come. I've made them more visible. So I've made some changes. I think I've made this more whiter and I've made it more prominent. So just pause the video over here and copy the same numbers that you see on my screen, and in the style section I've left it all ticked. The settings, basically I think I've changed something over here. This middle line I don't use, so it's at 100. I think this is also line transparency. It comes with about 80 or 100 over here. That I've decreased to 1 because I want to see these white lines more clearly. All right, and the solid color I have chose number 2 from this over here, white color. Apart from that, I don't recall making any changes, and that I've saved it as default. So every time I use this adaptive trend finder, when I click on it, it comes with my default settings. All right, this is my default settings. Just pause the page over here and copy it, and then you can make changes how you want it once you get used to it. All right, style section is so, input section is so. So with that, we have completed all the indicators on the top. On the bottom, we are using EMA defense scotch. I'm using this on the default setting to the best of my knowledge. Anyway, pause the video over here and check whether when you use it as well, the settings are the same or not. EMA 1 for me is 8, EMA 2 is 24, percentage K smooth is 6, percentage D smooth is 3, stochastic length is 14, and the style section for me looks like this. I may have made changes to the style section, but I don't recall. In any case, just make these changes and save it as default, so every time you also use it, it will come in with these settings. All right, with that we are done, and this is how the page looks. Once you set up this page, I don't think for people who have got any experience in trading, I need to explain what's happening because it's very evident on the screen. It's giving you a buy indicator over here. The line is showing you an uptrend. It's above this support. So on the opening, the first couple of bars would have been a good buy. It's giving you a sell signal over here. The green line is turning red. Here it's climbing down. So this would have been a small short sell. Again over here, it's going down. And then here the line converts to from red to green. As you can see over here also, it converts from red to pink to green, and then over here it gives you a buy signal. So this would have been a very good buying opportunity. People who could have held from year to year would have made good money. For people who are a little more resilient and they like holding for a long time, they would have made more money by holding till year. Then you see over here this green line turns red, that means it's time to sell. And over here as well, it exactly coincides, and this would have been a good shorting opportunity. During the course of the day, this adaptive trend will keep changing, because I mean, as the day progresses, it will keep showing you the trend. Currently showing you the day end trend. Over here you see the Nifty 50 was whole day in a downtrend, but Bank Nifty was a different story. All right, if I select mid cap on the left hand side and Fin Nifty on the right hand side, this is how it looks for the day. Just remember, you can use the spot chart or the futures chart. All the indicators will work on the futures chart for all four of them, but on the spot chart, the same indicators will work for Nifty and Bank Nifty. They will not work for mid cap and Fin Nifty. All the indicators will only work on mid cap and Fin Nifty for futures. All right, in any case, it's better if you're trading in option to use futures chart. So anyways, so this is my Bank Nifty on my right hand side and Nifty on my left hand side. When I'm trading commodities, all I do is I click on here, I'll click natural gas on the left hand side, crude oil on the right hand side, and then I'll change this from 5 to 15 minutes for crude, and this natural gas also I will change to 15 minutes. Or I will have silver on the left and gold on the right. Again, everything will remain the same apart from the time frame. When I'm trading Nifty, Bank Nifty, mid cap and Fin Nifty, I'm on 5 minutes time frame. When I'm trading commodities, I'm on 15-minute time frame, no other changes. So that way also this works great for me, so I don't need to change many things. I just need to change a time frame. That's it. So let's revert back now to our Nifty and Bank Nifty and close this video as well, because I don't want to stretch it any further. So guys, this is my what I would say a professional setup. Apart from this, I use one more setup which is on the 2-minute or 3-minute time frame. I'm still working on that. Again, it's based on the same things, but once I'm more confident, then I'll share that also with you over the next couple of days. But this is my primary setup based on which I take my trades, or I plan my trades, all right, during the course of the day. And this is what my screens are looking at primarily, and this is what my trades are primarily based on. All right, why? Okay, this is June. Okay, Bank Nifty June. Okay, so okay, it's showing different because in the 15 minutes time frame. That's why I was wondering why the charts are looking different. Okay, yeah, we're back to normal. So Nifty is on 5 minutes, Bank Nifty is also on 5 minutes. So I seriously suggest, guys, try this out paper trading. I think all of you will have very good results if you paper trade with the settings that I've just shown. All right, nowadays you can paper trade even for options on Tradingview. So for a week, 2 weeks or a month, just paper trade with this indicator. Be patient. It'll take you a while to get used to it visually, but once you get used to it, it'll work wonders. All right, on that note, I would want to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this video useful in any way, then kindly like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your family and friends as well. Leave a good comment in the comment section. It really motivates me. Also subscribe to our free Telegram channel. The link is given in the description below in all our videos. And I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye-bye.